Hey there, folks. The political landscape in Zimbabwe is heating up, and it's more critical than ever to stay informed. Today, I'm diving into the recent unrest during the Southern African Development Community, or SADC, summit in Harare. All right, let's set the stage. Zimbabwe's opposition party, the Citizens Coalition for Change, or CCC, organized mass protests timed to coincide with the SADC summit, their aim to spotlight human rights abuses and the ongoing suppression of their right to assemble. With Zimbabwe taking the helm of SADC, these protests added a dramatic twist to an already high-stakes event. The CCC promised peaceful demonstrations. They were expecting 10,000 people in Harare and around 1,000 across various districts. But here's where it gets murky. The CCC says they informed the police about their plans. Yet police spokesperson Paul Niadi claims he's unaware of any such notifications. This conflicting information is a recipe for misunderstandings and potential clashes between protesters and law enforcement. As if the situation wasn't tense enough, reports emerged of a CC coordinator going into hiding. Why? Fear of retaliation for organizing the protests. This speaks volumes about the challenging environment for opposition figures in Zimbabwe and raises serious concerns about the safety of those involved in these demonstrations. Now let's talk about the vibe on the ground. Despite their commitment to peaceful action, the CCC's call for protests was met with a heavy security presence in Harare. Police and soldiers set up checkpoints, restricting movement in and out of the city. This show of force was meant to deter potential protesters and maintain order during the summit. But it also highlights the shrinking space for freedom of assembly and expression in Zimbabwe. The CCC remains undeterred. They see the SADC summit as a golden opportunity to bring their issues to a regional stage and rally support from neighboring countries. Their determination in the face of restrictions underscores the importance they place on addressing human rights issues and advocating for democratic reforms. For some historical context, this isn't Zimbabwe's first rodeo with protests and government crackdowns. In August 2018, security forces used live ammunition to disperse protesters in Harare, leading to several deaths. Fast forward to January 2019, widespread protests triggered by a sharp fuel price hike were again met with a brutal crackdown. These incidents have drawn international condemnation and raised alarms about the government's respect for human rights. The upcoming protests are happening against this backdrop of a shrinking civic space and a history of state repression. The international community is watching closely. How Zimbabwe's government handles these protests will be a telling indicator of its commitment to human rights and its willingness to allow peaceful dissent. So, there you have it. A tense, unfolding situation in Zimbabwe with high stakes for both the government and the opposition. Remember, if you're out there participating in these protests, stay safe and stay informed. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning.